Embarrassing.
Hey everybody, Mark Maloney, Communications Manager with the Franklin Regional Council of Governments. I'm sitting today with Linda Dunleavy, Executive Director, and our Livability Program Manager, Megan Rhodes. Special guest for this quarterly video.
Exciting.
We should do more special guests moving
Every
forward.
quarter now.
We're already so excited to have you
Happy
here.
to be the first.
Woohoo!
And quarterly is a strong term since we didn't do this since last summer.
Well, there is that. But it was
Yeah.
a busy fall.
It was.
We got a great deal going on, and we're here to tell you a little bit about it today. Linda, you want to start us off?
Yep, we've been working on charter revisions. What's the charter? The charter is the document that created the Franklin Regional Council of Governments 26 years ago. The charter has never been revised, and it's time to do it. So we are looking at making revisions to the charter to update the document to reflect what the COG is today, to be ready for a new generation of leaders, etc. The process is that a review committee has gone through the charter and suggested changes. We will bring that to the executive committee for a vote in January. We will bring it to the council, full COG council in January, hopefully for their vote of endorsement. And then it goes to annual town meetings. And we need a 2/3 vote at 2/3 of Franklin County town meetings. So it's a big deal. More information coming.
Stay tuned.
What else is happening?
Want to talk a little about the Fifth Wednesday series for local officials?
I do.
Dying to.
I do. We stole an idea from the Berkshire Regional Planning Commission. They do Fifth Thursdays. The idea being that when there is a fifth day in the month, generally municipalities won't have any meetings. So we're going to fill that calendar. So
God forbid anyone has that day
That's
off.
right. You wouldn't want anyone to have a week off. So we're doing Fifth Wednesday series, and it is to work with municipal officials on issues of importance to Franklin County municipalities. Our first session was in October, where we brought finance committee members, select boards, town administrators. I think we had about 20 of 26 towns represented.
Yep.
And we went through and identified our legislative priorities for the next legislative session. Our next meeting will be Wednesday, January 29th, a fully virtual meeting with our legislators to talk about what they have filed for this upcoming legislative session, their priorities, and how the COG, the Rural Policy Advisory Commission, and Franklin County municipal officials can help our legislators get legislation passed that serves the rural municipalities of Franklin County and Massachusetts. It's cool.
If you happen to be watching this video prior to that January meeting date, you can find the login credentials on our website. And if you happen to be watching this video after that meeting date, any materials or follow-up information would be right within that calendar event as well. So feel free to check that out. Awesome. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
Hey, Megan.
Hey, Mark.
Let's talk a little bit about your regional housing plan that was developed this fall.
Let's do it. Yeah, so we worked over the last year on creating a regional housing plan. That was to understand what's going on in our local housing landscape here in Franklin County. And to not only understand what's been going on, and then how do we move forward? How do we make sure that we have appropriate and affordable housing for everyone, both our current population and our future population? Do you have a question?
Nope. I'm just hanging on your every word.
Right. So what the plan does is it looks at what the current landscape is. We found that our vacancy rates, I'm sure is no surprise to anyone, is historically low. Our vacancy rates are between 0 to 1%, when a healthy housing market should be 5 to 8%. So we have very little housing available for anyone, but particularly those who earn less money. In fact, we found there's a shortage of about 3,000 units that are affordable to residents here in Franklin County, which is it's a big number.
Shortage just today, not even looking at
For
the
our
future.
current existing population, we need 3,000 more units that are affordable to different income levels here in Franklin County. And just generally, housing's very expensive. Again, no surprise to anyone. But our median income, the median housing price is $200,000 more than what the median income can reasonably afford. So there's a big gap there between what people can afford. And then also, no surprise to anyone, Franklin County's population is declining. and it's projected to decline over the future. So you would think, okay, well, if we don't have enough housing and our population's going down, problem solved, right? No. So actually what's interesting about our demographics is that because our population is actually, our household sizes are getting smaller, and in fact, we're spreading out into more households, which means we actually have, while our population is declining, the number of households is going up, which means we need more housing in the future. Another way to think about it is, you once had a family of 4 in one house. That family of 4 now 15, 20 years later is now 2 people, empty nesters in that house. One kid's moved out, lives nearby. Another kid has moved out of state. So we've lost that population and we've now gained 2 households instead of just 1. So it's kind of a way to think about it. So what do? We got to buckle down and make some changes, and it's going to involve a lot of different things.
Well, I think this is one of the strengths of this plan too, is that it's not necessarily this one prescriptive, this is what you need to do within your municipality, but more kind of a lay of the land within the region overall, laying that context with then a variety of recommendations and things that various municipalities within the region can be considering of how does this fit, how does this strategy fit within our housing strategy. So it's not this one size fits all plan for the entire region, it's a little bit more of a smorgasbord, if you will,
Yes.
of options to increase housing within various subregions or specific municipalities.
The only way to fix this is we're going to need every tool in the toolbox employed, a smorgasbord, as you'd like to put it. We really are going to have to look at everything because, we have a different market than most different areas in the state. It's a weaker market. We're going to need to try everything. We're going to have to look to ADUs, accessory dwelling units. We're going to have to look at our zoning. How can we foster changes in our zoning that will increase housing, both the number of housing units, but also the different types of housing, because we want to make sure that we have options for people to downsize to, or your college graduate to move home to that's appropriate to them, or starter homes for our young families that we want to come here and fill our schools. So we need not only more housing, but different types of housing. So we're going to have to do advocacy at the state level. We're going to have to look at our own local zoning, look at programs to make sure that we keep our housing stock in good repair. We have one of the oldest housing stocks in the state, so that's certainly an issue that's facing us. I think underlying all of that is really a support from the public and understanding that we do need changes to housing, that not only do we need more housing here in the region to accommodate our current and future population, but we need the public to understand that the housing types also need to change. We can't just have single family homes all the time. We're going to need to accommodate different types of households.
So this plan is available in the publications section of our website under the Climate Resilience and Land Use tab. We encourage you to check it out. Couple of other things that we've been up to of late. Recently, the Community Health Improvement Plan Network released its 2024 through 2028 5-year Community Health Improvement Plan. This document covers 13 different health area goals and objectives over the next 5 years to be worked on by a variety of individuals and organizations within the region. You can learn more about the CHIP network at frcog.org/CHIP, and you can also find that 5-year plan again in the publications section of our website, this time under Community Health. So go ahead and check that out as well. Another project that we took on this fall and recently completed was an unpaved roads stormwater management toolkit. This is a pilot document that we created for highway departments for each municipality in Franklin County to look at and assess unpaved roads and stormwater management. So from this climate resilience perspective, as we're seeing more and more significant storms, more and more runoff, what are the engineering and infrastructure needs to maintain the integrity of all of these unpaved roads? So again, a variety of options presented to highway superintendents and DPWs to start thinking about how do we design roads for longer term maintenance so that we're not losing unpaved roads into streams, brooks, etc. Slightly technical information, but if you're an infrastructure nerd, then this is the toolkit for you. So feel free to check this one out as well.
What's great about it is that it's also geared to not only making sure that our environment is saved and we protect our really great quality streams, but we're saving our towns money. And it's geared towards actually the highway departments doing it themselves rather than to hire expensive engineers, which I think is a really great and practical resource for our towns.
Yep. So this is recently released, and again, we are considering this a pilot, and as we hear more feedback from the municipalities themselves, it's possible that we will refine, enhance, or modify that document a little bit more moving forward. But it is available for folks to check out in our publications page as well, also under climate resilience and land use. Well, this has been 10 very robust
Wow.
minutes.
A lot of information.
Lots of stuff going on here at the COG, but everybody's busy, and we're going to leave it at 10 minutes for you all now. We will follow up with another quarterly update video.
We promise.
We
Quarterly
promise.
this time.
In about 3 months, give or take. Thanks so much, folks. Happy New Year, and we'll see you on the other side. Take care.